Is Nero for real? Did he actually post this? Have you seen Caesar's tweet? Ooh, Caesar is having a Twitter war with Cicero. This is juicy. So what if Roman emperors were social media influencers? Hi, I'm Jura, the time traveler, and this is my lifestyle time travel blog. And today we are imagining what would happen if Roman emperors were alive today, because they are all overachievers and I'm sure that they would be influencers on different social media platforms. But which Roman emperor would dominate which platform? YouTube, Trajan. He was a successful soldier emperor and he was in charge over one of the biggest military expansions in Roman history. So that is the time when the Roman Empire was the biggest. He was famous for his philanthropy, social welfare politics and extensive public building projects. And he acted as a role model. So he conquered Asia, which is Roman-day Romania, Nabatean Kingdom, which is Jordan, and Parthia, which is today in Iran. So he traveled to all of those places. So that is why we think that he would have an extremely successful lifestyle and travel YouTube channel, but the action-packed one, not just visually beautiful. And he would document his adventures, his building projects, games. And instead of doing Vlogmas for 25 days like an amateur, he could have done it like a pro, documenting 123 days of games that were held in honor of his conquest of Asia. And his most viewed video would probably be how I survived an earthquake, because actually he did survive one, and it was a messy one. In the winter of 115 AD, he went to Antioch to spend the winter there. But on December the 13th, the same year, an earthquake happened. A messy one, 7.5 degrees on the surface, which was unimaginable at the time, and even today it is huge. So what did he do? He survived by escaping to the circus, to Hippodrome, and he spent there several days until it was safe to leave the premises. Also, a successful travel blogger probably would have been Julius Caesar. I know he's not an emperor, but we have to include him because he would have probably been the most successful out of all of them. He had a lot of military campaigns and he traveled all around Europe and the Mediterranean. And his most viewed video probably would have been I was captured by the pirates. But probably his favorite platform would have been Twitter. He was a brilliant orator, and even Cicero, one of his biggest rivals and the best orators of the ancient times, praised his elegant style and skill in formulating catchy phrases. Perfect for Twitter. He just had to adjust to the short format. Quintilian, the 1st century AD rhetorician, considered Caesar the only serious rival to Cicero because of his force, vigor, and elegance. He used oratory to gain popularity amongst the masses, and he even practiced his speeches during his captivity by the pirates, forcing the pirates to listen to him. That would have been a perfect Twitter thread. Instagram, Hadrian. He would have certainly had perfectly curated Instagram profile. He was a cosmopolitan and art and architecture lover, and he spent more than half of his reign traveling, but not to go to wars, but to immerse himself into different cultures. So he went to Britain, Spain, France, Turkey, Northern Africa, Syria, Israel, Egypt, Greece, and probably the most memorable would have been his Insta stories when he attended Dionysia in 125 AD when he was in Athens. Imagine that party, that chaos, it would have been perfect. He built a lot of temples, fountains, but the best piece of art that he created, I mean, not him, but in his name, was probably his villa in Tivoli. Picture it, him reading at the Maritime Theatre, or just chilling by the Canopus. Perfect colors, frames, angles, music, just on point. TikTok, Nero. Just as Hadrian, Nero was an art lover, and he thought that he was a great singer and performer. Sadly for him, he wasn't. But he tried. So I can just see him doing TikTok dances and covers of popular songs. I'm not saying that it would have been good, but certainly entertaining. He would also document Neronia. That was a Greek-style competition that he invented. And they competed in music, oratory, poetry, gymnastics, and lastly, in horse riding. I guess this could have been a great reality TV show. Maybe Netflix could have picked that up. Reddit, Caligula. He would have probably been an internet troll, because he executed one of the biggest pranks in Roman history, and that is his horse Incitatus. So he wanted to appoint his horse a consul, but he didn't do that. He actually appointed him a priest. And he forced all of the politicians to attend dinner parties hosted by his horse. And his horse had marble stables, servants, purple blankets, and purple was the color that only the highest Roman officials wore, and he ate oats with gold flakes. And he probably wasn't that crazy and delusional, but he wanted to show the Senate that even his horse could do their job. So just imagine those unhinged, messy, crazy, chaotic posts on Reddit coming from this type of person. Facebook, Constantine the Great. I can just see him spreading Christianity over Facebook. Starting with his first post about the revelation he had before the battle at the Milvian Bridge, that's outside of Rome, in 312 AD. It was said that Constantine and his forces saw a cross of light in the sky along the Greek words for "in this sign conquer." The same night, Constantine had a dream in which Christ reinforced the message. The emperor marked the Christian symbol of the cross on his soldiers' shields. When he triumphed, he attributed the victory to the God of the Christians. Jesus approves. Whether this was a political maneuver or he really believed it, we don't know, but it doesn't matter at this point. And I can just imagine him bragging about his mother finding a part of the Holy Cross in the Holy Land. Thank you for watching this video, and write down in comments if you agree with our picks. And which emperor do you think would have had the best content? Of course, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, send to all, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!